Hey, welcome back to my channel, The Vending Biz. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also follow us on Instagram and check out my website at thevendingbizphilly.com. So today we're just going to talk about the life as a vending business owner. So if you're watching this video, you're interested in getting into the business. So I'll just give you a little breakdown of what the life would be like as far as if you're doing everything yourself. So me myself, I don't have any employees. I don't wish to have any employees. Only employees I will ever hire will probably be when my kids get old enough. I'll hire them until I'm ready to give the business to them. If you want employees, that's cool. I know a lot of people, not a lot. I know quite a few people who are in the business as well, who have employees, and they always tell me don't do it. So I do as much as I can on my own, and I keep my route at a level where I can manage it. Anytime I get too many locations, I'll sell off the slower ones and just keep the ones that are the most profitable to me. So what it typically looks like. So routes. So you're working your routes. You'll build up your route. You might start off with one location and build it up to 20, 30, something like that. It's really about how driven you are. So if you want a large route, it'll take a little bit longer to service it. Now, when you're doing your route, you got to remember, that people are using your machines during lunch most of the time. So when you get in there, you want to try to get to your location before lunchtime. So you want to start your route out real early in the morning. So I tend to start mine around 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock. I know some people with bigger routes, they might start at 5 o'clock in the morning. So it depends how many machines you have, how long it's going to take you to get to those spots before 12 o'clock. The better you can get at keeping your routes, keeping your locations together, the easier that would be for you. But you always want to try to get there before 12 to try to maximize your profit. And it's also not, you don't want to be there during lunchtime and then trying to fill up the machine while people are trying to use it. And there's a lot of people moving around you while you're trying to fill the machine and get your things in place. So it's best to get there when it's, when it's not busy, everything is settled, so you can do what you got to do and get out. Next thing will be like weekly checkups. So every week I'll probably go to each location at least twice. So I go one time to actually see what they need. So when I go to see what they need, I have a list with me. I'll write it down, and then I'll come back with the products that they actually need. Now, there's ways around this. You could do it when you fill up the location. Once you fill that location up, you could just write down what it needs at that point. So when you come back that next week, you could just bring those things with you. Now, if you have a real fast, like a real location that buys a lot, like a lot of my locations buy a lot of products, so I have to go twice. So I'll go once to fill it up, and I'll come back to see what I need, because most likely whatever I needed before is going to be more than that when I go back. So I like to go twice to make sure I keep the machines full as possible. And you could also, if you have a truck, you could just bring the products with you in the truck. That way that goes around a lot of the driving back and forth if you just bring everything with you. All right, so next thing, we're actually buying products. So it's good to keep, if you can keep up with your inventory. Once you get past a certain point, it's really hard to do. Even the larger companies I work with that do over $1 million a year can't really keep up with that inventory. So you just pretty much gotta do your best to try to keep up with what you have. But things move so fast, it's hard to keep up with. So you'll probably spend around at least one day out the week. Maybe one day out the week getting products if you're buying them little at a time. I usually do mine, I try to go twice monthly, so I kind of know what my route needs. So I'll go once at the beginning of the month, and then once I get low, I'll go again towards the middle of the month. All right, so that's pretty much what it would look like depending on your preference of how you buy products. If you buy them little at a time, you'll probably go every week. If you want to buy them in larger quantities, you can just go twice a month. If you got it down to a science, you can maybe go, get away with going shopping once a month. But most likely, you have to go at least 2 times to make sure you have all the products that you need. All right, next thing would be collection. So I do my collections once a month. I only do monthly collections. I don't collect every week. Some people do every week. Some people do every other week. It's just about your preference. It's about how you're using the money. I use my business to build. I don't use it to live. So for that means I just build that money and I let it work for itself. So I don't need to get it every week. If you're living off of the money, you might want to collect it weekly, or or bi-weekly, however you want to choose to pay yourself. That's up to you. So you definitely want to make sure you have bags with you, the proper bags, because the change and the cash is heavy, especially the change. The coins are really heavy. So that's something you want to prepare yourself for. Because once you drop it, it goes all over the place and the bags rip. And so make sure you have the proper equipment when you're actually collecting the stuff. Now so this is the proper bag that you wanna use for your coins. You can also use this for the cash, or you can just use the regular cash bags for the cash. I'll leave the links in the description. But definitely make sure you have those. Collecting cash without that bag and without the right stuff is really it can be difficult. And also, be careful as far as if you're, servicing locations that are not in good neighborhoods, because people watch you. So you want to make sure you're not always going, at the same time, kind of switch your patterns up on your collection days just to be safe. So maintenance. So maintenance is something that I deal with at least once, maybe twice a month. It's not something that comes up a lot. Vending machines are like, it's a machine. It's like a car or any other type of machine that you're dealing with. You'll have your good ones, you'll have your bad ones. You'll typically, once you get a feel for your machine, that you had it for a while, you might have to deal with just some issues, but more than likely, if you have a good machine, it's not going to mess up with so much. And when you do have issues, it might be the same issue over and over again, and you'll pretty much know how to fix it after dealing with it a few times. So, and you'll be prepared, even be prepared for it after you dealt with it a number of times. So, just always be prepared to deal with the maintenance issues. When you're first in the business, you'll have to probably hire someone to fix your machines for you. Even if you have a warranty or whatnot, I would still, you want to watch the person who's fixing your machine so you can learn how to do it yourself. That's the best way to figure it out. Just watch what they do, see how they're doing it, pay close attention, and that way when the same issue occurs again, you don't have to worry about dealing with that person, having to call them up, tell them come fix your machine, and having to pay them. You'll know how to handle it yourself. The more you can do yourself, the better. That's also a service you can add to your business once you get really good at fixing the machines. The next thing I would just say is consistently looking for new locations. So with this business, it's all about the location. It's all about how good your location is. It's all about how many locations you have. Even if the machines are working great, even if you have good products, if the location isn't right, you're going to be out of business. So places tend to shut down. I mean, you could lose a location for no reason to yourself. So if you're dealing with, I think one of the places I had was a motel. It was my first location. It was an extremely good spot, but it was a crazy spot. So the place was bad. Like it did good business for me, but it was a bad place. So they ended up shutting the motel down. But by the time they shut it down, I had already built up a number of different locations. So yeah, I felt it as far as income wise, because that location probably was doing at least $1,400 by itself. But for monthly, it was on $1,400 a month by itself. But I had used that money to build, and buy more locations, more machines. So, you always want to make sure, even if everything is going good, you want to keep consistently looking for locations, keep consistently looking to grow. even if you're feeling like you're getting to the point where you're growing too much and you want to do everything yourself, just sell off a slower spot, and, you know, and do it that way. Or you can rent it to somebody else. It's a number of different ways, but you always want to make sure you're getting fresh spots, because locations come and go. The better ones and the, you know, the bad ones, they all come and go. The last thing I would just say, if you're looking to get into the business, you know, be prepared to work, because a lot of times it's labeled as passive income, which it is. You know, you make money in your sleep, actually, you know, which is the cool thing about it. But you do have to still work the business in order for it to run properly. You have to have your products prepared. You have to do homework as far as knowing how to price, knowing what stuff to use, knowing how to fix machines, servicing the machines weekly. So it's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of footwork involved. But once you get everything in place, the more passive it becomes. So once you have, you know, order and you get everything settled and you know what to expect, it's definitely really passive. But definitely be prepared to work, be prepared to set yourself up to make money. If you just get into the business looking at it as, oh, this passive money, I just have to put the products in the machine and I ain't got to worry about it, you probably won't be successful. You got to actually work that business, work that location, work those people, you know, build a good rapport with your customers, figure out what they want. They like you, all right, then they might put you on more spots. They might get you more locations, but you have to actively work the business. So if you're just doing it as something to be passive, you probably won't, you know, do that well at it. But, you know, hopefully this video was helpful. That was pretty much, you know, the breakdown of, you know, the life of the business, of the vending machine business. So hopefully, you know, this is something that you want to do. And if so, I wish you the best success. Check out my ebook, How to Start a Successful Vending Machine Business. I'll leave a link in the description. And any other products, any other questions you have questions about, ask me. Feel free to ask me. Put it in the description or put it in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. If you're really interested in getting started in the vending machine business and you want to make sure you get started off on the right foot, I have an ebook, The 6 Steps on How to Successfully Start a Vending Machine Business. I'll leave a link in the description. Check it out. Hopefully this video was helpful. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also follow us on Instagram @TheVendingBiz and check out our website at thevendingbizphilly.com. Thanks.